Merciful God, God Most High, let there be perfect rest for the souls of all of our loved ones who have gone unto eternity. May they find shelter forever in your presence among the holy and the pure, whose light shines like the radiance of heaven. Compassionate God, hold them close to you forever. May their souls be bound up in the bond of life eternal. May they find a home in you, and may they rest in peace, as we say together, Amen. Recall especially on this Yom Kippur day the beloved memories of all of our loved ones. We mention their names now with reverence, devotion, and gratitude. David Sunnock, Sandra Sunnock, Harriet Bunny Cohen, Myron Cohen, Mildred Anderson, Marvin Mueller, Annette Brill, Franklin Clark Ardern, Maddie Welsh, Abraham Welsh, Barbara Lieber, Doris Arnheim, Catherine Arnheim, Ralph Arnheim Sr., Bernard Baker, Pauline Baker, Alvin Barnett, Toady Barnett, Martin Bernstein, Barbara Baum, Bernard Baum, David Baum, Brett Rosenthal, Kathy Rabinowitz, Arthur Bell, Benjamin Bell, Gloria Bell, Ida Bell, Lenora Burkowski, Michael Burkowski, Sidney Burkowski, Arlene Schumer, Arnold Schumer, Joseph Schumer, Fred Stevens, William Friedberg, Ann Bialis, Rhoda Bialis, Bessie Collins, Kirsten Zub, Sidney Bookbinder, Barry Shore, Tilly S. Buzel, Marion Borden, Sidney Borden, Marvin Brantman, Elaine Bright, Harvey Bright, Helen Abraham Shaker, Joseph R. Shaker, Owen Petrozelka, Emmanuel Manny Dworkin, Sally Dworkin, Eva Fry, Arlene Shatil, Sig Shatil, Alex Delgado, Eddie Wyant, Bruce Brenner, Clara Brenner, Doris Fenn, Matthew Christopher Brenner, Nathan G. Brenner, Nathan Brenner Jr., Ted Fenn, Dean Broadkey, Edward Broadkey, Rosalind Broadkey, Alan Press, Florence Press, Samuel Press, Sherman Wolfe, William H. Schreiner, Joan Brosnan, Audrey Brauman, Jack Browerman, Charlotte Bernstein, Ethel Goldstein, Paul Buchholz, Rabbi Morley Feinstein, Sidney Goldstein, Dr. Marvin Miller, Joan L. Andelman, Joseph Andelman, Gerald Goldberg, Raymond Caffarelli, Terrell Johnson, Dolores Ettinger, Ida Ketcher, Jim Carl, Max Carl, Nate Etlinger, Norman Carl, Robert Ketcher, Rose Carl, Sanford Carl Ketcher, Rosemary Carlton, Charlotte Fingerhut, Samuel Fingerhut, Charles Carton, Hazel Carlton, Raleigh Carlton, David Handler, Ethel Handler, Holden Raphael, Murray Manis Handler, Terry Borofsky, Irving Jacobs, Rose Jacobs, Sonny Penn, Belle Channon, Gail Sachs, Herman Sachs, Jack Channon, Rita Sachs, Lorelei Janley, Sidney Gutman, Robert Channon, Gerald Jerry Chiss, Sylvia T. Liederman, Ruth Kaplan, Sam Kaplan, Bernard Lapidos, Catherine Phillips Spira, Margaret Lowenthal Spira, Matt Bussey, Marion Gottlieb, Bobby Roundtree, Clara Hirschman, Naomi Cohen Weiss, Doris Mattress Cohen, Robert A. Cohen, Alden Cohen, Donald Cohen, Doris K. Cohen, Adele Greenberg, Arthur Greenberg, Ida Colin, Irving Scheffel, Joe Colin, Robert Colin, Dorothy Weiner, Irving Weiner, Michael Saper, Sandy William Weiner, Allison Beth Comar, Gertrude M. Comar, Jerome M. Comar, John B. Coppola, Nathan Lafer, Joshua and Matthew Cowan, Billy Strauss, Donald Mills Strauss, Joanne S. Crown, Robert Crown, Barbara Robb Meehan, Maris Bootson, Richard Dubin, Richard R. Bootson, Stuart Dubin, Joseph Daniels, Mildred Daniels, Aline Lappin Stolberg, Fan Lappin, Frida Grand, Irv Lappin, Alma Levy, David Levy, Gustav Strauss, Henry Strauss, Judith Strauss, Sophie Strauss, Arthur Lawrence Gilbert, Ronald Gilbert, Ted Cohn, Ellen Lieberman Koch, Miriam Cohn, Nada Cohn, Nathan Cohn, Tom Donnelly, Beatrice B.B. Dreyer, Donald Dreyer, Irving Druckman, Jean Kahn, Kathy Bergren, Norbert Kahn, Alvin Dunn, Goldie Lichtig, Rosabelle Dunn, Velma Bronson Cohen, Louis Condon, Aaron Epstein, Lynn Lawrence, Sophie Epstein, Minna Skadron, David Ehrlich, Eugene Barry Fabes, Barbara K. Feld, David Feld, Suzanne Feld Kandarian, John Schroeder, Kathleen Schroeder, Geraldine Boos Harris, Lillian Fetter, Noah Fetter, Marilyn R. Werner, Albert Paul, David L. Fisher, Judy Paul, Barry Feldman, Renee Feldman, John Flaxman, Robert Flaxman, David Goodman, Bertha Jonas, Joseph Jonas, Rose Crennan, Sam Crennan, Fern Flegel, Gordon Flegel, Brennan Frank, Catherine Winnette Friedman, George Floats, Alice Diamond French, John Lawrence French, Charles Pinchman, David Burke, Barbara Froter, Robert Froter, Alan Shefsky, Lawrence Laurie Shefsky, Bernice Abraham, Grace Gallons, Harry Gallons, Joseph Abraham, Gilbert Gallons, Heather Hurwitz, Harleen Newman, Betty Hoffing, Elaine Gerber Gartenberg, Irene Weiss, Robert Samuel Gartenberg, Otis Needle, Evelyn Gerstenblith, Theodore A. Gerstenblith, Nathan Gordon, Ray S. Gordon, Herbert Shore, Selma Shore, Elois Tig Gillespie, Irving Gillespie, Arthur Kororchik, Shirley Kororchik, Fanshawn Gimble, Gail Freed, Jerome Gimble, Stuart Gimble, Elaine Lowenstein, Stuart Browdy, Bernard Garvey, Bobby Glick, Rose Glick, Ruth Garvey, Sidney M. Glick, Ruth Ross, Helen Glicken, Max Glicken, Stuart Glicken, Toby Glicken, Ann Goldberg, Edith Goldberg, James Gartenberg, Joseph Saunders, Stanley Goldman, Emery Homer, Derek Ryband, Ron Goldman, Frida Goldman, Jerry Jerome Goldman, Goldie Holub, Leonard Goldman, Seymour Hollab, Ann Dixon. Alan Goldstein, Jerry Gomberg, Helene Gomberg, Mandel Gomberg, Sheila Siegel, and Howard Goloy. Bert Hirsch, Diane Hirsch Greenspan, Ellen Hirsch. Alexander Sanders, Rebecca Sanders, Winifred and Mary Riggin, Leonard Norman Davis, Irving Goodman, Harriet Peter, Jeffrey Gottesman, Sally Yanowitz, Edward Gottesman, Betty Gottlieb, Frederick Gottlieb, Robert Gottlieb, Marion Glazer, Anne Gottlieb. Etta Harris, Dorothy Gustafson, Gil Strider, John Gustafson, Louis Greenbaum, Rhoda Greenberg, Ben Ehrenberg, Maxine Ehrenberg, Suzanne Ehrenberg, Leonard Greenspan, Marcella Greenspan, Nanette Greenspan, Marlene Plotkin, Nancy Peterman, Rochelle Grill, Stuart Grill, Dora Grossman, Michael Grossman, Robert Grossman, Emily Gutterman, Heinz Haas, Lotta Haas, David Leland Hamilton, Harry Leland Hamilton, Margaret Ellis Wells Hamilton, Agnes Aggie Hamus, Barbara Jane Hartman, Molly Friedman, Lily Blair, Erwin Blair, Harriet Ruth Hartman, Victor Hartman, David Hefter, Elizabeth Heimlich, Lawrence Heimlich, Judah Cohen, Rosalind Ross, Pauline Livingston, William Bill Heller, Ada Abbott, Peter A. Hess, Stuart A. Blankstein, Lauren Hogan, Bennett Carter, Cleela Hoberger, Hayland Hoberger, Lillian Carter, Ernestine Solib, Louis Solib, Russell Solib, Susan Schwartz, Gladys Wertheimer, Patsy Wertheimer, Carl Krieger, Enid Krieger, Judd Horwitz, Madeline Horwitz Bokuzi, Arthur N. Gordon, Irv Imram, Jeanette L. Gordon, Sonia Imram, Dennis O'Connor, James O'Connor, Margaret O'Connor, Donald Jacobs, Edward Jacobs, Willa Jacobs, Yvonne Saar, Minna Saar, Bernard Saar, Yanku Lazar, Jane Jerome, Jerry Jerome, Estelle Schiller, Jeffrey Josephson, Arthur Z. Kamen, Sidney Palu, Sylvia Palu, Virginia Ginny Kamen, Eugene Mahaney, Isidore Kaminsky, Elsie Kaminsky, Ira Khan, Anna Pomerantz Orloff, Harry Orloff, Milton Pomerantz, Arlene Kantoff, Billy Kantoff, Jerry Goldberg, Nathan Kantoff, Gino Leo, Adele Gifford, Ronald Gifford, Bernard Kaplan, Sheldon Weiss, Pamela Beth Catton, Paul Kaufman, Sandra Kaufman, Adele K., Bennett A. K., Roberto Polito, Samuel K., Teresita Polito, Albert Kersner, Sonia Kersner, Helen Light, Herman Light, Morton Light, Morris Kimmel, Regina Kimmel, Thomas Pick, Michael Kochvar, Shirley Kohler, Herman High Burke, Rose Burke, Herman Kestrin, Edith Cooper, Kenneth Cooper, Bud Combe, James Combe, Louis Kolpes, Blossom Corzon, Yvette Zells, Jack Corzon, Jean Aronow, Mary Mullen, Dr. Sidney Krause, Nettie Masters, Herbert Bristol, Isabel Bristol, Ronald Kushner, Sidell Kushner, Sam Kushner, Roy Leonard, Edward Reef, Francis Swidler, Joe Rubin, Joseph Swidler, Robert Leopold Sr., Sheldon Hirschenau, Viola Bunny Leopold, Jacob Siegfried, Ida Lesnick, Seymour Lesnick, Chad Levinson, Hi Levinson, Muriel Levinson, Leona Levy, Saul Levy, Fred Schwartz, Helen Schwartz, Martin Schwartz, Elaine Levin, Lawrence Levin, Mort Levin, Randy Sten Levin, Ann Wagner, Chester Levinson, David Kaufman, Enrique Serebrennick, Evelyn Levinson, Frida Rubinowitz, Jaya Serebrennick, Sophie Levinson, Grace Stein, Jenny Levitt, Joe Stein, Marilyn Levitt, Wolf Levitt, M. Daniel Berman, Rita Myers, Joseph M. Levy, Mordecai Mitya Kalai, Myron Mike Levy, Rosa Kalai Rohrberger, Rose Helen N. Levy, Ruti Gottesman, Diane Zunneman, Simon Zunneman, George Singer, Elaine Lieberman, Harold Lieberman, Edward Liebson, Morris Fishbane, Rose Fishbane, Sarah Liebson, Bernard P. London, Vilma Donnelly, John Donnelly, Lori London, Barbara Bassam, Irving Lowenthal, Elaine Blassing, Margaret Wright, Lillian Davis, Lillian Lyons, Harry Waltz, Priscilla Dickman, Rose Harkey, Alphonse Harkey, Edwin Masters, Sybil Masters, Linda Moscow, Emmanuel E. Myers, Emily Myers, Mary T. Myers, Lillian Miller, Edward A. Miller, Gordon Milner, Ira Berger, Jennifer Milner, Aaron Milner, Milt Greenfield, Rosalind Greenfield, Leonard Polivka, Irene Polivka, Ida Hollander, Marilyn Cohen, Sam Hollander, Jacob Broditsky, Joe Middleman, Pearl Middleman, Neil Moosey, Sherwin Schreier, Connie Bain Moscow, Adalia Furrier, Rion Nabotovsky, Bronislav Pavlovich Ben Nedvetsky, Amparo Yolanda Vargas Abad, Joel E. Rosenblatt, Vivian Feinberg, Mary Newscable, Vernon Newscable, Felice Duniev, Max Duniev, Sandra Rosenberg, David Obel, Estelle Bly, Rosalind Obel, Saul Bly, Gerald Oram, John A. Rosenthal, Barbara Joan Organ, Melvin Herbert Wolfson, Albert Orloff, David Goldstein, Eleanor Goldstein, Howard Orloff, Nellie Orloff, Sylvia M. Hirsch, Geraldine Pakowitz, Bill Friedman, Ann Paris, Fred Paris, William Parker, Joanne Pekin, Beatrice Hantman, Samuel Hantman, Bernard Hall, Edith R. Hall, Erwin Hirsch, John Ross, Roberta Hall Luxembourg, Dr. Robert L. Phillips, Alice Nowitzki, Byron Nowitzki, Francis W. Pick, Frederick W. Pick, Judith Brayman, Mary Pick Hines, Harris S. Krensky, Helene M. Krensky, Meyer Pinsoff, Oscar Pinsoff, Ruth Pinsoff, Susan Pinsoff, Anna S. Block, Bernard Block, Joseph Lazar, Louis Block, Rose Lazar, Shelley Feldman Plager, Antonio Picorni, Elena Picorni, Max Levine, Molly Levine, Rose Pollock, Sam Pollock, David Pollock, Minnie Pollock Hirsch, Amy Bunyan, June Bunyan, Max Bunyan, Nina Bunyan, Bert Powell, Nadine Matron Prosperi, Allie Mushin, Jerry Mushin, Libby Mushin, Natalie Lee Mushin, Abraham Schwab, Adele Schwab, Joseph Albin, Rose Albin, Morris Rappaport, Ruth Rappaport, Babette Rice, Ernest Rice, David Montag, Thelma Montag, Alice Richmond, Ben Richmond, Fanny Shapiro, Harry Shapiro, Myrtle Chill, Norman Shapiro, Bella Ritter, Jerome Pierce, Laura Barron, Louise Pierce, Suzanne Whiteley, Albert Rogers, Nanette Rogers, Layla Fishman, Rabbi Morris Fishman, Melvin Mel Jerome Romanek, Sharon Hoy, Trudy Rosauer, Judith Rosauer, Leah Mattick, Raymond Small, Rose Small, Florence Rosenberg, Sheldon Bud Rosenberg, Susie Sabbath, Charles Ross, Cynthia Ross, Max Stevens, Yetta Ross, Helga Weinberg, Ira Weinberg, Irma Cherner, Max Cherner, Robert Weinberg, Tybee Weinberg, Edward I. Rothschild, Julie Rothschild Kahn, Susan Rothschild, Marion Omi, Joanne Morrill, Eleanor Rothstein, Ruth Ann Myers, Barbara Peshkin Ruderman, Dr. Mark Ruderman, Dr. Charles Empson, Mary Jane Mima Lavernier Wiersch, Isaac Rushkovitz, Edward Samuels, Joel Leff Shaps, Sheldon H. Red Shaps, Lloyd Myron Arkin, Gladys Stein, Israel Wool, Joseph Stein, May Wool, Leon Benson, Sarah Benson, Evelyn Friedman, Sam Friedman, Alexis Schleifer, Jean Unger Schleifer, Judy Schleifer Golden, Shirley Hirschfield, August Schofer, Ralph Schofer, Rose Schofer, Simone Schofer, Shirley Levy, Philip Reiner, Marion Reiner, Florence Gore, Saul Gore, Edward Jacobson, Joseph Schoenthal, Shirley Schoenthal, Cherry Knapp, Esther Knapp, Gwen Knapp, Jeffrey Solander, Joy Knapp, Jules F. Knapp, Sidney Schulman, Rose Schulman, Rita Murphy, Faye Herman Siegel, Erwin Izzy Schultz, Lawrence M. Herman, Selma Schultz, Estelle Kaminsky, Meyer Kaminsky, Robert Schutz, Sandra Kaminsky Schutz, Arlene Schwartz, Julia Schwartz, Sylvia Schwartz, Kathy P. Reeder, Helen Kessel, Jonathan Reeder, William R. Reeder, Dorothy Hefter Brow, Samuel Brow, Ida Glick Siegel, Zalman Siegel, Lisa Cohen, Paul Enquist Seidenberg, Sylvia Seidenberg Aviv, Florence Shaman, Marvin Shaman, Rhonda Wolf Shapiro, Charles Bud Shapiro, Marvin Perrier, Ben Pilcher, Lillian Pilcher, Alvin Doppelt, Barbara Sharon Doppelt, Dr. Howard Chevron, Herman Siegel, Howard Siegel, Sally Siegel, Aaron Masterson, Barbara Backman, Marion Backman, Mo Backman, Sally J. Pauls, James H. Siegel, Jeffrey Siegel, Elaine Silverman, Erwin Silverman, Lori Silverman, Oscar Silverman, Phyllis Silverman, Adele Hirsch, Benjamin Hurst McShane, Francis Singerman, Buck Fu Moy, Chao Shi Seat, King Chi Seat, Yik Ang, Dr. Jonathan Slomowitz, Dr. Warren Lang, Kate Taxon, Ben Taxon, Alex Schlesinger, Louis Glickstein, Manuel Smerling, Marie Smerling, Serena Glickstein, Carolyn Livingston, Henry S. Livingston, Jeffrey Colby, Julian Colby, Helen Solomon, Philip Solomon, Sanford Gallant, Shirley Gallant, Steve Solomon, Sheldon Solomon, Susan Hoke, Marion Wild Wick, Willis W. Woody Wick, Joe Soriano, Joseph Soriano, Julia Habib Soriano, Leonard Flax, Toby Klonecki, Andy Stein, Bonnie Stein, Frank Stein, David Fenner Kelly, Margaret Kelly, William Aaron, David Wishnick, Larry Contarsi, Chaim Steinberg, Sarah Steinberg, Sherwin Lewis Steinberg, Alvin Sterling, Arthur Brody, Betty Brody, Aaron Swerdlick, Edward Stallman, Helen Stallman, Harold Lewis, Muriel Lewis, Vicki and Erica Isaacs, Dressel Tannenbaum, Esther Tannenbaum, Lee Slott, Rosalind Slott, Edward J. DaCosta, Ella G. Turman, Mari B. DaCosta, Mari Turman, Meyer Turman, Sherry Victor, Meyer Strasberg, Tauba Strasberg, Henry Vogel, Rosalind Vogel, Michael Schwartz, Wei Ning Lee, Florence Meisenberg, Ben Meisenberg, Dr. Barry N. Kellner, Judy Krismanek, Margaret Melamed, Elaine A. Worth, Erwin M. Worth, Anna Brownlee, R. Lynn Benson, Beryl Ann Shapiro, Dr. Alan D. Nelson, Helene Hanno Morganti, Mary Ludlow Wilson, Robert Holden Wilson, Robert Raymond Wilson, Anne Weinberg, Harvey Weinberg, Henry Weinberg, Norman Peachin, Rose Peachin, David Rosenbaum, Ina Rosenbaum, Max Rubin, Michael Rosenbaum, Samuel Rosenbaum, Charlotte Witt, Edward Sackhoff Azey, Richard Schlesinger, Bernard Wolfe, Rita Wolfe, Bernice Bunny Ross, Jean Ross, Sheldon Chorney, Phyllis Chorney, Al Zamansky, Clara Chaya Zenner, Max Zenner, Thomas Morgan, Wally Morgan, Bob Zimmerman, Jane Zimmerman, Patricia Zimmerman, Leon Arie Raphael Ohana, Kathleen Collinger, Mary Witt, Saul Zitlin, William Collinger, Andrew Neiman, John Wetzler Adler, Sally Ann Felt Adler, Belle Zwern, Harry Monarch, Joan Tether, Lily Weinstein, Marion Monarch, Sherwood Woody Zwern.